All right, you made it. Level 5. So, the difference here with level 5 of solving linear equations, we have some distribution and we have some combining like terms. Okay? Now, each equation needs to be simplified. That's the reason we combine like terms and we distribute. So we can simplify the equation to where we can finally solve it. All right? So let's go ahead and tackle a problem. Which problem do you want to tackle? Let's tackle the green. I like to start off with the green. So if we read this equation, we have 8 equal 8a minus 4 parentheses a plus 8. If you're not ready for this level, I suggest you going back to level 3, 2, or 1, and so you can get caught up. Okay. So again, that's 8 equals 8a minus 4 parentheses a plus 8. Okay? And let's first distribute. That'll be the first thing that we want to do here. Okay, we want to distribute this negative 4. Remember how I tell you when you're dealing with a subtraction sign, that also means a negative sign as well. So we have a negative 4 is going to be multiplied by a, and then negative 4 is also going to be multiplied by 8. So when we rewrite this equation, we have 8 is equal to 8a, and this is negative 4, just write it small, negative 4 times a, just so you see what I did, which is minus 4a, and then we have negative 4 times 8, okay, which is negative 32. Okay, so this is our new equation. We distributed first. Now, if we're looking at our equation, we see that we have a term here that has an a, and we have a term here that has an a. Well, these two terms can be combined, meaning we can bring them together. We can fuse them together by addition, subtraction, bring them together. All right. In this case, we have 8a, a positive 8a, and a negative 4a. Well, 8 minus 4 is how much? Correct. It's 4. So that is 4a. You got 8 positives, 4 negatives. 8 minus 4 is 4. Everything else we just rewrite, because we didn't do anything to the other numbers. Okay? So now our equation is in its simplest form. We simplified it. Now what we need to do is draw a line and solve for a. So in solving for a, we have to get rid of this negative 32 or this minus 32. Same thing. Alright, so if we subtract 32, if we have a minus 32, we want to add 32. Whatever we do to one side of the balancing beam or the equation, whatever we do to one side, in order to keep this equation balanced, we have to do the exact same thing to the other side. Okay? So 8 plus 32 is 40 equals 4a. Alright, now this is 4 times a. What's the opposite of multiplication? Okay, it is division. Divide 4 on both sides. Final answer, 10 is equal to a. So those cancel out. Alright. Okay, I'm guessing you need to see another problem. So let's tackle another problem. Let's tackle the problem in the purple. I love purple. I actually love all colors. So looking at this number in the purple, we have negative 8 is equal to negative 5n minus 8 parentheses 1 plus 7 n, close parentheses. Dealing with the distribution first. We want to deal with those parentheses first, okay? Deal with the parentheses first. Order of operation. Knock that out first. All right, so if we're dealing with the parentheses first and we're going to distribute, we're going to take this -8 and multiply it into the parentheses, one term at a time. So this number 1 has been multiplied by -8, and 7n has been multiplied by -8. So if we rewrite this out, this would be -8 is equal to -5n. Those terms didn't change. All right, and we multiplied -8 times 1. -8 times 1 is how much? Yes, -8. And then -8 times 7n is how much? That's 56. So that's a -56n. Okay, so here's our equation after distribution has been done, and now we need to combine like terms. Okay, sorry about that. All right, combining like terms. Let's change the color up. Okay, this here has an n, this here has an n. They both don't have a variable, have an exponent, so these two can be combined. So let's circle what can be combined. And remember, we only can focus on one side of the equal sign. Okay, we're not going to combine these two 8s here, two -8s quite yet. It's a certain way, right? Remember the balancing mean. Okay, so combining those together, let's rewrite our equation out. -8 is equal to, so when we add up -5n minus 56n, it equals negative. Remember, the negative plus a negative, when we are adding or subtracting integers, when it's the same sign, we add them together. So -5 adds to -56, and it becomes a -61n. Okay, so we got -61n minus 8. All right, now our equation is in its simplest form. We can divide to both sides, put this little line, I'm sorry, make sure that's clear. We're making this line of separating. We're separating the two sides. Okay, and we want to get rid of this -8 on the right side. We're trying to get n all by itself, so we want to get rid of this 8 right here, so n can be all by itself on this side, right? That's the whole point of solving for n. Okay, so we have to plus 8 on both sides, and when we do that and do our math here, -8 plus 8 cancels out 0. -8 plus 8 cancels out 0. Okay, and now we have 0 is equal to -6n, -61n. Okay, we still need to divide this 61 out, right? We need to get rid of that -61 by dividing by -61 on both sides. Oops, 16, sorry, -61. So 0 divided by any number, doesn't matter what number it is, it's going to always be 0. So n is equal to 0.